This stainless steel sculpture by Stilling is really dope. Not quite sure what it means and what it symbolizes, but my interpretation of these hands is that you take the world at the palm of your hands and control it to your own destiny. That's my best interpretation of this artistic beauty right here by Stilling. Let's go. Welcome, good people, to another vlog. This is P9, and I am here in Newport News, Virginia. Newport News is an independent city located in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia on the southeastern end of what's called the Virginia Peninsula. So it's not far from Hampton, the city of Hampton. And I'll start this video off over here in the city center at Oyster Point. And this is a high density mixed use development right here in Newport News. Lots of apartments, and there's also a lot of office space in this area, in this portion of Newport News. Newport News itself is the 5th most populated city in Virginia, with a population of 186,247 residents. And this particular part of Newport News, the city center at Oyster Point, has a lot of development because it's in the more central part of the city of Newport News, geographically speaking. So there's a lot of development in this area, and it kind of functions as the new downtown of Newport News. There's a lot more newer development in this area versus the Yard, which is where the official downtown of Newport News is, which is where we get to a little later on. That part of Newport News is actually located on the north shore of the James River. As you can see, this part of Newport News has a lot of commercial development, a lot of newer developments, hotels. You got to see it's going to have a walking trail. And this walking trail surrounds this water right here. Really, really peaceful afternoon right here at the city center, Oyster Point. And this will actually be a really nice establishing shot for a movie or a TV series. I mean, it really sets the tone, really sets the mood. There's a Marriott Hotel right over there. Check this out. It says Love NN, the NN being short for Newport News. Really nice. Really nice scenery right here. Really dope. One city center, another one of the office buildings. We're going to come across some restaurants too. You have an ice cream spot right here. Got a Mexican grill called Salsas. They even actually have a movie theater over there as well. Mr. Boyle Cajun Seafood. Some nice artwork as well. You know, I got to check out the artwork. And this is a mural of what we just saw. Those fountains and the Love NN letters right in front of it. And this is an arch that says Unity on it. It also has 3 silhouettes overlooking the sunshine over the water. Here's a list of names right here. Autumn Melrose, Katie Dam, Mr. K, MJ Marino, Kaylee Odette, and Naima Bohak. Those are the people that put together this really nice mural. Also, this is representative. I think this is the state bird of Virginia. And there it goes overlooking the water, possibly the bay, Chesapeake Bay. And this is also a nice work of art right here. I'm not sure if all of these murals are done by the same person, but nevertheless, really nice work. It's also nice right here. Black woman playing the flute. And there goes a white lady right here playing the harp. The little small harp, I think that's what it's called. And they're playing it right there in the midst of nature. You see the deers right there. And the fawn, the doe, all of them. Really peaceful piece of work of art. And I believe it's the same people that did the last, it looks like the signatures of the people right over here who did those other works of art that we just looked at. So shout out to them. Really nice artwork and nice landscape of this town center. Again, called City Center at Oyster Point. Looks like there's a lot to do out here. Definitely a lot of options for dining, some options for shopping, and just an overall great entertainment district here in Newport News. So I guess this can somewhat function as the modernized downtown of Newport News. So I'm guessing the Yard would be the old version, kind of like the older Newport News development, but I'm gonna go check that out after a while. Just wanted to start this vlog off here. And Newport News also has a large history of shipbuilding. The shipbuilding industry is real big here in NN, and we're gonna see that as well. Once we get to the Yard, we're gonna see a lot of those over there by the river. We have some apartments over here as well. So it's a residential, entertainment, mixed use district, and also office business district. So yeah, multiple uses right here in the heart of Newport News. So stay tuned for more footage. Just wanted to come and check this out. I made my way over here to the Yard district in downtown Newport News. And over here is the Newport News Shipbuilding facility. As I mentioned earlier, Newport News was big in the manufacturing of ships, and one of them being the USS Thresher. But I'm over here in downtown Newport News. So over here is the bus facility for the Hampton Roads transit buses that run through Newport News. So this is the Newport News Transit Center. Get ready to make my way over to Washington Avenue, which is one of the main drags downtown. Over here, walking down Washington Avenue, downtown, and here are some relatively modern apartments. This apartment building right here. So it's one building connected to each other, but they're multiple apartment buildings called the Liberty Apartments. Look at all these churches. There's a lot of churches on down this street. Just past or crossed over from over here, just past the the Newport News fire station right over there. And right here you have the Full Gospel Kingdom Church. It's another church over there. And right here, this is actually a building that's called the Apprentice School. So I guess you can come here and learn a trade. So it looks like a modern building. With that sleek design. Then right here you have this fountain. It has the anchor with AS on it, symbolizing the shipbuilding industry here in Newport News. And check this out. They have a bench that sits right out here. And this is in memory of Daniel Lee Brookman, who passed away back in 2021. But he was originally from Narrows, Virginia, but he graduated from the Apprentice School in 1976 as a machinist. In 1986, he returned to the school as a manager of craft training. He would also serve the school as a manager of admissions and student services until he retired in 2016. He was a master shipbuilder with 43 years of service. Most of those years spent at the apprenticeship school dedicated to nurturing success for all apprentices. He was a strong proponent of craft training, calling the craft instructors the glue that holds the programs together. He advised apprentices to make good choices, work and study hard, treat people fairly, and you will be fine. So in memory of Daniel Lee Brookman, there goes an image of him right there. And it's really nice of them to dedicate this bench to him, to pay homage to his contribution to the shipbuilding industry. And he was trained right here in Newport News. So a master shipbuilder, that's like top tier right there. And you also have this marker in front of the Apprentice School and the Newport News Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company, founded in 1886, quickly became one of the nation's foremost builders of military and commercial ships. An informal apprenticeship program for the training of employees was in place by the 1890s. On July 1st, 1999, company president Homer Ferguson signed Executive Order 24, formally establishing the Apprentice School. The shipyard paid its apprentices to attend academic classes and to receive training in shipbuilding trades with a focus on craftsmanship, scholarship, and leadership. So more than 10,000 students have graduated from this program. This is the 5th building to house the Apprentice School. Wow, this is a nice building too. 3101 Washington Avenue. Right here in the heart of downtown Newport News. So that's good that they have an apprentice school. So for those who wish to hone your craft in shipbuilding and trades and everything like that, the apprentice school right here in Newport News will be a good place to start and possibly finish. Yeah. This looks like a lot of old buildings down this way. Goes a parking garage right over here. And it looks like in the distance right there are some apartment buildings. At the corner of Washington Avenue and 29th Street. There goes a building right there that has an occupancy or a vacancy rather, and it's a commercial space for lease over across the way right over here. So it might be an older building. It looks like it's an older building, but they repainted the bricks to like some type of orange color, something of that sort. So it looks like I'm coming up on a few of the government buildings. City Hall is down this way, as well as a federal courthouse. Feeling nice and breezy now. The sun has pretty much simmered down for the most part. At least for now, it's still like in the 4 o'clock range. Actually, no, it's a little after 5. It's 5:03 now. So we're in this section of downtown around City Hall, government buildings, and Maritime Square. Let me detour over here real quick. Just want to go over here to the side of this building right here, this office building, and get this artwork by Andrew Samuel Harrison. It looks like a bunch of sketches of faces, just a bunch of faces and whatnot. It sits right over here at the top of this parking deck. It's really nice artistic expression right there. Just wanted to detour and check that out before I continue down Washington Avenue towards City Hall. Now this is at the corner of Washington Avenue and 6th Street. We're not far from the riverfront either, over here by the James River. Here goes another government building. That right there across is the Newport News Courthouse. And being that Newport News is independent city, not associated with a county, it's just simply the Newport News City Courthouse. And this right here is the Corporation of Newport News Justice Building. And this is the City Hall right here for Newport News. A mid-sized building. And this building was built in 1970. And right here is a marker of Jessie Minifield Rattley. And she was a educator, politician, and civil rights pioneer. So the municipal center, the center, was named after Jessie Minifield Rattley. And Rattley was born in Birmingham, Alabama. She moved to the Virginia Peninsula to attend Hampton Institute. After graduating with honors in 1951, Miss Rattley established the first business department of Huntington High School. In 1952, she founded the Peninsula Business College to provide training opportunities for the peninsula's African American community. In 1970, she became the first woman elected to Newport News City Council and was re-elected in 74, 78, 82, and 86. Miss Rattley became vice mayor in 1976, and in 1986, she became the first black and first woman to serve as mayor of the city of Newport News. She was the first black president of the Virginia Municipal League in 1978, and the first black woman to serve as president of the National League of Cities in 1980. Ms. Rattley also served as trustee on the executive committee of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And in 1980, she was appointed by President Jimmy Carter to the Intergovernmental Advisory Council of the U.S. Department of Education. So Ms. Rattley was a senior lecturer at Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government and professor at Hampton University. She also chaired the Virginia Committee of Civil Rights Commission and served on a number of commissions, delegations, and task force. Despite her many honors, her mission to improve the community never faltered. Her love of Newport News and compassion for its citizens made her a champion for all, and she believed to solve problems, you must have real personal contact with people. Absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely correct about Miss Rattley. And she was a civil rights pioneer, and it's a lot of these civil rights pioneers that I've never heard of before. And this is the first time I've heard of Miss Rattley, but she made a major contribution to the city of Newport News, Virginia. And so this city hall was dedicated to her, and it was named in her honor on July 13th, 2004. So there she goes right there, nice engraving. And there goes the seal of the Corporation of Newport News, Virginia right there. And surrounding this is these nice plants. So it's a nicely design City Hall for sure. 55 years old as far as the building. And check out that mural over there. It says best life. That's what you have to. You got to live your best life, you know? I'm over here on 23rd Street, and this is a good view of the city buildings right there. This is right behind City Hall. But I wanted to get over here because there's a few little restaurants over here. First and foremost, look at this historical building called the Walker Place. But before we get there, I want to check out this building. It's called the Jacobs Building. They have a little alleyway right here. And this building is called the Walker Place. And the Walker Place building is occupied by a few restaurants. One of them being a coffee shop called Corkscrews and Brews. Another one occupied by a pizzeria, Benny Cantier's Pizza. And they have a pub called Gastro at 23rd. So a few little spots you can come and eat and just socialize. If you want to just kick it in Newport News in the downtown area. Coastal Fermentory. You can see in the back, there's a lot of cranes right there on the river. They even had a spot that serves whiskey by the drink, as you can see right over here. Ironclad Distillery Company. Getting closer to the river, getting closer to the water. Over here on 23rd and Street and West Avenue. We also have this dope sculpture right here. You also have the string lights over here. Yeah, this is dope right here, the Yard District. And he has all these plants, as you can see, nice plants, nice backdrop of the buildings. And this sculpture right here looks like it's made out of stainless steel. It's called Fluidity by Will Carr. It's a Will Carr sculpture. So shout out to Will Carr for putting this together. It's called Fluidity right here at the Yard District. Well, you know, Newport News is also the hometown of Michael Vick. Thought I'd mention him. Michael Vick attended Warwick High School in the city. Him and his brother, Marcus Vick, you know, both of them played at Warwick High School. Mike Vick, of course, he went professional and had a pretty stellar career in the NFL. Set records for the most rushing yards by a quarterback. And of course, the infamous dogfighting, the dogfighting ring, which he unfortunately had to serve time for, or he ended up serving time for a couple of years. But he bounced back and became the comeback player of the year in the NFL when he came back and played for the Philadelphia Eagles. And now he's the head coach of Norfolk State University, HBCU, on the south side of the Hampton Roads in Norfolk. So shout out to Mike Vick. It's right here nearby his hometown. And just thought I'd say that. Just thought I'd make mention of that since I'm here in Newport News. And to fill in that time, to see where this ship is right here. I'm approaching what's called Victory Landing Park. So in the distance, I see a couple of individuals. I see one individual fishing. So I guess you can fish over here in the water. But yeah, that's a vessel. I'm not sure what it's called, but it is right here at Victory Landing Park. I wonder if that's an aircraft carrier. Can't really tell all the way from this angle. I also want to mention that Mike Tomlin, Super Bowl winning coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2009, he's also from Newport News. He played at Denby High School, which is locally located here in Newport News. Yeah, check out that ship. It sits right here on the river, James River. Starting to feel that breeze come off the water. Feels really nice. I'm over here on West Avenue as I make my final stroll through Newport News. This is the U.S. courthouse, or the federal courthouse, right here in Newport News. And also this building right here to the right is a historical building called the Warwick Hotel. And this is a nice little painting on the side of the building. This brother looks like he has a hat on, he has a fedora on, got the blue striped suit, and look like he's drawing something in his in like a notepad or something. But it's called the Warwick Hotel, and the mural itself is by Nico Cathcart. Nico 2023 is when it was put together, so it was really nice mural on the side of this historical building, Warwick Hotel. And just to give some background on the Warwick Hotel was built in 1883 and was tore down in 1961 and erected by the Old Dominion Land Company as the city's largest residential structure, and opened April 11th, 1883. The Hotel Warwick, fronting on West Avenue and 24th Street, long served as the hub of city activities. It housed the county seat government, the city's first bank, and the newspaper. Progressively modernized, a 7-story annex was joined to it in 1928. Fire destroyed the original building, or original hotel, November 14th, 1961, but the annex survived the fire. So this was the Warwick Hotel again. 1883 to 1961 is when it operated. From y'all experience living in Newport News, like what is it like? How is it? Because you know the statistics online might say one thing about the crime and whatnot like that. The news might say something, but it's always good to get it from a perspective from the locals.
Across the bridge over there.
Oh yeah. Oh for real. Oh wow.
So ain't no sort of outside of here. You don't get no love here like you do where you from, where I'm from.
Oh wow.
You know, you have a lot of folks here to hate on you and all that.
But see, these brothers here don't believe in putting these up no more.
No, they believe
that's
in
true.
gunplay.
Yeah, man, that's
They love shooting up here.
Yeah.
I could tell. Yeah, it's a definitely different time than when you know, a lot of us were growing up. You know.
We had knives and we had our fists.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And if you're
That's true.
And if you're the type of kid that's successful, they want to kill you and take your life because they just. I mean, why you gonna take some kid like that being successful doing something with their life? That's foolish.
Right. You would think it would be like motivation or some type of inspiration, but you know, for them to do, for that particular individual to do something. Was it growing up in Newport News?
Oh,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
How you doing?
And,
We just taking you a walk.
and how much has the city changed ever since from the time?
Well, it's getting tougher now.
It's getting tougher.
Since Trump made a bit mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that he don't the issue right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Let it be.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll let everything be until he keep on getting his ass and shit. You know,
Yeah.
he getting too much shit, man.
I
But he
do
got
have,
people
damn,
put him out of there.
Oh yeah.
But I do have 200 of them.
I don't like that shit though.
Yeah.
He ain't bothered me, so I can't bother him.
Let me call
Yeah.
them.
That's the best. Hey, that's the best way to look at it too. You know. You know what I'm saying? As long as we do our best and live our best life, is all that matters. You know. Yes sir.
He do a documentary, man.
Yeah. I'm just.
Yeah, he do a film documentary. So wherever you telling him, he go put it on the news or something?
It'll be on YouTube.
Be on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to get you know the perspective of the locals and everything like that. Just you know, because the news or say the statistics online might say something in regards to a specific area like crime or something like that, but it's best to hear it from, you know, firsthand from the residents to see how it is, you know.
When you move in tomorrow.
He doing it. He said he's taking over. So he
Man, they got the
for it.
prorate that shit
Mm.
now.
So he's doing pretty good. You know,
Yeah, they got the prorate.
I just paid rent over there.
Oh, yeah.
Them people,
So,
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
so gotta go with what
They got to get back to you now.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got prorate.
Yeah, you know, whoever's in charge, you just have to see what they do with the city and everything like that. So
I knew you
Let it
gonna
see
be
what it
over
be
tomorrow.
yeah.
I gotta get some. I gotta get my
Yeah.
money back because I ain't gonna be there the rest of the month.
Down West Avenue, it's the Medical Arts Building. Right over here. It's actually a shipyard residential building. So West Avenue actually has a lot of residential buildings, as you can see. And this is a historic library building, the public library. West Avenue Library, to be more specific. Look at this old abandoned building right over here. This is actually, if you go further down, this looks like a residential street. But here's a marker for the West Avenue Library here in Newport News. It was established in 1891 as a private library for Newport News. Its books were housed at various sites until a permanent public facility opened on October 14, 1929 on West Avenue. The library was built with funds from the City and Library Board on property donated by Old Dominion Land Company. The building has a mural of Captain Christopher Newport and his fleet painted by artist Allen Jones Jr. in 1957. And there you have it. And it sits right outside of this historical building. So yes, a lot of history associated with Newport News. Right here in the Yard District. West Avenue. And look at this condemned house right here. It's fenced off. Declared unsafe for human occupancy. Yeah, I bet. Wow. Here comes some apartments right here. Over here. And it looks like over here is where the shipbuilding manufacturing takes place. So I believe the aircraft carrier over, I believe it's the aircraft carrier over there, the USS Thresher. So it's like the shipyard over in this area. And it's just a poster of remembering USS Thresher and the 129 people that lost their lives. April 10th, 1963, Thresher was conducting sea trials and never resurfaced. An investigation concluded that the loss of Thresher was most likely the result of a failed piping joint. that led to the submarine's implosion. Wow. What a sad story right there. Yep, but there you have it. West Avenue, right over here by the shipyard. Newport News Ship Manufacturing. And they got the Victory Arch across the street. And you have what's called over here the Victory Arch. Has a torch burning right here. And right over here, you have what's called the Roll of Honor. So this is just a memory of the men and women of the Virginia Peninsula who died in defense of our nation. And as usual, which is a common theme with these military parks, you have multiple names and also the wars that they served in. As you can see right here, World War I, World War II. World War II and the Korean conflict right over here. So really dope, really dope. Let me go back over here to this marker for the Victory Arch real quick so I can get some insight on the backstory behind the Victory Arch. The Victory Arch is a Victory Arch of Newport News, which provides a continuing memorial to American servicemen and women. Grateful Peninsula citizens built a temporary arch dedicated April 13th, 1919 for the victorious troops marching back from over there, in quotations. By 1960, maintenance of the wood and plaster arch was impractical. A permanent arch of stone was rededicated May 30th in 1962. So yes, wood and plaster material was definitely not enough to hold up, especially, you know, during a storm or something, or the wind blows real heavily. It doesn't seem like it could withstand that type of weather or elements or whatnot. So of course you had to build it in a more sturdy, stable building material such as stone. So that makes sense. And this torch right here, I forgot to mention, was presented to the city of Newport News, Virginia by Braxton Perkins, Post 25, on Memorial Day, May 30th, 1969, in honor of the 50th anniversary of the American Legion. So it goes another building right here. It looks like that's the U.S. Customs House across the street. And this was the headquarters of Hampton Roads during the port of embarkation of the U.S. Army. And the splendid natural harbor of Hampton Roads served as the nation as a military port of embarkation in the Spanish-American War and 2 world wars. In World War I, headquarters were set up at Newport News on July 11, 1917, and vast shipments of troops and material were processed. During World War II, 1.6 million people passed through here from June 15, 1942 to September 1st, 1945. So troops were being shipped in from other parts of the world over here into Newport News during World War II, and it was also a processing center. So yeah, Newport News has a ton of history, especially when it comes to different wars and whatnot, and manufacturing of ships. And to this day, it looks like, from the looks of it, it looks like they still have somewhat of a shipbuilding industry right here in Newport News. You do have an abandoned building right here, aka a bando. And here's an apartment building right here. It looks like they might be still functional. It's called the River Park Tower. So this is West Avenue of Newport News. Which brings us to the end of this video right here in Newport News. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the vlog, and thanks for chilling with me here in Newport News. And if you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. And also, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. And also, if you're feeling generous, feel free to donate to either the PayPal or the Buy Me a Coffee. Links in the description box for both of them, as well as links in my bio. Any donation, big or small, will greatly be appreciated and will also go back into the content creation of this channel. So with that in mind, good people, thanks again for tuning in. See you guys on the next one. Peace.